Hey guys, welcome back. Over time, the way you lead and the values you promote to your team are going to guide how people interact with each other, and not just coworkers. That includes customers and clients as well. So all the previous work we've discussed regarding leadership, encouraging communication, and building trust will go a long way toward developing the right kind of culture you want in a team. But what exactly is culture? We've mentioned this before, but it's essentially how people talk, work, and deal with others. This is reflected in how teammates work together, how you deal with customer complaints, and how you face any kind of adversity. I know when some people hear the term culture used with the workplace, they think of the ping pong table they've got in the game room or the free lunches on Fridays. Well, those things might attract people to work at a place. They don't keep people there indefinitely. Developing a culture goes deeper than just stuff. It's about actions, and it's tied to your values as a company. Here's an example, Netflix. Well, they're a company that's prioritized culture, and they've done it in a pretty powerful way. It's all about freedom and responsibility. They've gone so far as to define specific behaviors and skills that the ideal Netflix employee should have. Things like good judgment, curiosity, honesty, selflessness, and an innovative spirit. And they also believe that teams stocked with lots of great creative talent will achieve more, and as they put it, help each other be great. Another great example, if you want to look it up, is Patagonia. Their number one priority is independence, and so they prioritize everything around that. So they have employees that don't even know what the other employees are doing. It's interesting, look it up. So it's on you as a leader to clearly state your values, because it will help establish the type of culture you want to build for your team. Think of yourself like an architect here. How do you want to build this culture? Instead of walls and windows, you're using values and ideas. So if you value great work and you don't care how much effort people put in or how many hours they work, tell your team that, and tell job candidates the same thing when they interview. So once you've established your values, give people recognition when they represent those values through their work and actions. It's not enough to expect people to just work a certain way. Give them recognition by calling out their actions to the rest of the team or company. By doing so, you'll help solidify the culture you're trying to build. So maybe you reward those teammates with a bonus vacation day or a gift card to a local restaurant they like. Or you reward them with new responsibilities, like putting them in charge of a new team or project. You want people to believe in and reflect those values to lead others as well, so it makes sense to get them the help they need to build this culture together. But you can't be all talk. You need to be a prime example of those values. We've already said many times in these lectures that you need to lead by example. So yes, you should be a good communicator, build trust, and all of that stuff. But this also means letting your employees find their way once you've given them a direction. As a leader, you need to create the right environment and then basically get out of the way. Don't micromanage. Be there to help when barriers get in the way, but give them the space to succeed. It also helps to incorporate your values into any onboarding efforts. Company values should be shared during the hiring process so they get an awareness of what you believe in. But when candidates get officially hired, it's vital to establish those values as important ideals on day one. Make sure your new teammates have no confusion about what's most important in their day-to-day job. Just keep in mind that the culture you build will not be ideal for everyone, and that's perfectly fine. You don't want to work with people who don't support your values or actively work against the values you're trying to establish. So if they're not a fit, they probably just need to go. And it sounds harsh, but if your values are positive and worth believing in, no one will ever fault you for letting someone go because they disagree with them. So use your values to develop your culture and guide your ideas on how to interact with your team and customers. These principles will help create the work environment and experience you want most. Now, over time, culture and many things about your team will change. It's really only natural. In our next lecture, we'll discuss how to evolve with your team into the future. See you then.